Hello, hello. Today we're going to be watching The Real Housewives of New York City. I almost forgot for a second where I was, who I am. Real Housewives of New York City, Season 2, Episode 6. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Jill says there's nothing better than New York City during Fashion Week. She's visiting Zhang Toy, one of her favorite designers. The designer's throwing a luncheon for her and 20 of her closest friends so she can show off his new collection. Jill goes, Zhang is this absolutely flamboyant gay man who likes to wear dresses every day to work. That's okay, Jill. Jill's like, I want something new to wear to this luncheon. Give me something new. Jill's like, I'm very hard to fit. I'm a 32G, so I don't know how well your clothes are gonna fit on me. We'll see. Oh wow, that's a beautiful dress. She's like, this is a little short. It's a little hoary. It's a little hoary for mommy. It's not short at all. A designer has this like a rhinestone necklace that like is like a topper for a shirt or a dress or whatever, and it like hangs low and it's really pretty. Here, let me see if I can show you. So here's the necklace that we're talking about here. So she goes, the designer had this beautiful necklace that you needed nothing. I could literally walk out naked with just this necklace on. I mean, she goes, and then Jill goes, I wouldn't. I'm not Alex, but okay, shade. Jill's friend is putting together some charity event. Her and Bethany are there to talk about the event. Oh, I guess Ramona's there too. It's to benefit arthritis, creaky joints. Bethany's like sitting down in these meetings. Sometimes it could be just like broad strokes and like everybody's like telling everybody how great they are and yada yada. And Bethany's like, let's get down to the like nuts and bolts. Let's figure this event out. Like, how many people are coming? Like, what do we need here? Bethany's like totally taking over this meeting. She's like, you need to charge $250 a ticket to make $40,000. And the lady's like, well, we were gonna charge $300,000. This lady's like, we were gonna charge 300. But he's like, for a cocktail party, it's a little much. I think 250 is good. We're gonna write down 250. Here we go. Russell Simmons fashion show. I don't know who else is all attending this. Sounds like Kelly. Russell Simmons is a very good friend of Kelly's. She invited everybody. Ramona's here. Luann's here. Ramona's like, I thought that Alex and Simon were going to be there. And when they're usually there, I usually just go on the other side of the room. I don't want to deal with them. Oh, she's saying, hey, hello. She's like, oh God, here they are. Kelly's like, Simon comes over and starts asking Ramona all these questions. And Kelly's like, this is not appropriate. We're at the front row of the fashion show. Like, talk about it later. Simon's like, what's the problem? Ramona goes, I feel like you have no depth. She said, I feel like you're a shallow person. Ramona goes, I think you're super feminine. Kelly's inviting Luann to some store during Fashion Week. She's like, I really like Luann and I wanted to get to know her more, so I invited her to her event, which I guess is just shopping. These women are like, oh, my life is so fabulous. I'm like, this is a store. Luann's like, did Jill invite you to this charity meeting? Because the charity meeting that Bethany like took over. Luann's saying that Jill wants everybody to help. And like, did you, were you invited? Kelly's like, no, I wasn't invited. But Kelly's like, I'm not good with my phone. And Luann's like, I noticed. Now they're at the actual Malo fashion show. Kelly's filling Luann in about the whole interaction with Simon and Ramona at the Russell Simmons fashion show. Luann's now filling in Kelly about the dinner where Simon came. Yeah, Simon came to this dinner and Ramona freaked out. She's giving her the backstory. Luann's like, Ramona can be a little abrupt. Kelly's like, Luann's basically giving me the 411 on the dirt on everybody. Who is this person? Okay, hold on. Wait, I gotta... Okay, look at this front row right above my head. This person's in like a t-shirt. They're like, they're like, oh, the front row of these fashions, you have to dress up, darling, blah, blah, blah. There's this person sitting right next to them in a freaking t-shirt. Noelle's son was at the Russell Simmons fashion show sitting front row in a t-shirt. Like this 12-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid. I'm like, you guys aren't out of your minds. I get it. It's fashion. Yes, it's just supposed to dress. But like the juxtaposition of like Luann being in this fabulous dress and then this person being in a t-shirt next to them, like, I don't know. It drives me crazy because they just think that they're so into themselves. It doesn't drive me crazy. I actually love it. Kelly said that they're talking about charities and Luann's like, what charities do you do, Kelly? And Kelly's like, I don't really do charities. And Luann was like, well, that's interesting. Like Kelly, a woman of Kelly's stature should be doing charity work, which is true. Jill is arriving to the Zhang Toy offices because today's the luncheon. Apparently, Brad does Jill's makeup too. So he's a designer, does her makeup. I did not know that. Jill's saying that she didn't invite Ramona to this fashion luncheon thing. And she quoted Ramona and being like, Ramona says, like, you can't invite everybody to everything. And for example, I didn't invite her to this. She's like, Ramona's not the kind of girlfriend that I would have that would spend this kind of money on clothes. She's just slapping the crap out of Ramona right now. Bethany wore a Zhang Toy gown on her cover. Remember, she got that magazine cover. Ramona's like, I love Bethany, but if she wasn't wearing a Zhang Toy gown on the cover of this magazine, I probably wouldn't have invited Bethany either. Because, behind that, I'm giving you the backstory behind that because Bethany doesn't have money at this point. Like, she says that now, that she had like $3,000 in her bank account. That's why Jill would invite her. And these clothes are incredible. Like, beautiful, beautiful designs, beautiful clothing. Jill's like, okay, you're going to come to Zion Fabrics and pick fabric to make me a dress to the designer. Kelly's interviewing some designer for a magazine. Jill Stewart. Knew it. I knew that. This is like the most boring interview ever for me. Kelly's just kind of like telling us that she's such a good interviewer. She's such a good writer. Okay, that seemed pointless. Jill and Bethany are having a girls' dinner at Le Cirque. Le Cirque is a New York institution, she says. Yeah, Jill says that Bethany has an issue with Kelly and she thinks there's a little competitiveness. That's exactly what I was thinking. She's saying that Bethany may not even recognize it, but I totally agree. Bethany's breaking down why she has like a little weird thing with Kelly. Bethany went to a party or a fashion show or something and it was held at Kelly's house. They all get there. Kelly wasn't even up, which I don't believe that. Maybe she was just getting her hair and make it done. Apparently when it was Tommy Hilfiger's show maybe? Or no, Jill Hilfiger's show because Bethany's really close to Jill Hilfiger. We found that out last season. I think that's her name. I hope that's her name. Anyway, so I think he's throwing a fashion show at Kelly's house. She's not there until Tommy Hilfiger comes. Then Kelly comes down, wants everything to do with Tommy Hilfiger and Bethany's ex-boyfriend, Kevin, I think his name is. I'm assuming Kevin has like a big to-do, and that's why Kelly wanted to talk to Kevin. But Bethany's like, she wanted nothing to do with me. And apparently this was one of a couple times that Kelly has snubbed Bethany. Bethany says that Kelly's reputation is that she's really trying to be famous. Jill's like, she never wears a bra, and it's like distracting. Kelly says that Fashion Week is just a very long, taxing week. She gets invited to 99% of the fashion shows. Bethany was invited to the Jill Stewart show as well, that Kelly's at. Kelly and Bethany are seated right next to each other. Bethany says there's a tension. Kelly never gave Bethany the time of day. She says there's only so many times that I can say hi to you and you're going to pretend that you don't know me. And like, now I'm done. Now that you're on the show with me, that Bethany was on the show first. She's like, and now Kelly kind of wants to be her friend, but still not really. You can see like she still doesn't want to be her friend. But she's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to play nicey nice on camera with you. Kelly's saying she's only met Bethany twice, and she was trying to be friendly at the show, and she seemed very standoffish. Why I'm staring at this girl on the left led the left to Kelly. She's very pretty, first of all. She's gorgeous. I don't know why I'm staring at her. I'm not paying attention to their conversation. They're kind of having a little bit of a pissing contest right now. Like Kelly's talking about some show, and Kelly says that she feels like Bethany's really intense when she's around her. So this is the second charity meeting, Jill's charity meeting. Squeaky something. Apparently Kelly was late to the meeting. Something just happened. Kelly shows up late. She's saying hi to everybody. She's kind of stopping the meeting to say hi to everybody. Like, oh my God, hi, blah, blah, blah. She says hi to Jill's daughter, Allie, who's there. And Jill goes, I didn't know if you knew Kelly, but we're doing this charity for Allie because she has arthritis. And Kelly goes, oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. What the actual F? Bethany's calling it out. She's like, that was not cute. Of course, Bethany would call it out. I think, okay, going back to that conversation, I think Kelly was meaning to say, like, that's cute that your mom is doing this charity for arthritis, but still came off not good. The lady that's helping with this, throwing this, says everybody's going to be on the invitation because you're honorary co-chairs. Kelly's like, I don't want to be on the invitation. Kelly's saying she doesn't lend her name to like anything. Kelly's like, I need to really see what's going on with this charity before I put my name on it. Kelly's like, I don't have the time. I have 15 more minutes in this meeting and then I have to go. Bethany's like, Kelly wanted us all to know how like busy and important she is like in this meeting. And it was a holier than thou moment. The girl next to her was like, who is she? And Bethany goes, apparently Madonna. Okay, now Bethany and Kelly are again having a pissing match at this meeting, which is mortifying. I would be so annoyed if I was in this meeting. And with that ends the episode. What were your thoughts on the episode? Leave me a comment down below. I will also link down below a playlist to all the other episodes in this season. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hit that subscribe button to check out all my other stuff that's coming up. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And I will check you on the next one.